I wanted to take a minute to talk about DJing with a disability. This is something that a lot of people are doing today. Maybe, I don't know, 10 years ago, people weren't doing it as much, especially without roadies. But today, it's more commonplace. And the reason this is because there's equipment out there that allows you to do this. If you're smart about it and think about what you can and cannot do, you can usually find a piece of gear or a collection of gear that will work for you, that you can haul around and set up by yourself with whatever your disability might be. Now, for me, I lost an arm and a leg. My leg kind of works, but not real well. So, yeah, I needed things I could do one-handed. I can walk, but I can't really pick big, heavy things up safely. My balance isn't great, so I had to get lightweight speakers. I got powered tripods that shot my speakers up in the air, brought them down nice and easy from Frank and stand. Downsized my mixing board. Try to do an easy table setup, try to do an easy lighting setup, and no, it's not as trick as it was when I was an able-bodied guy. I could do a lot more, but it's getting easier and easier with every new piece of gear that comes out. The trend now is smaller and better instead of bigger. Bigger was the thing for a while, now it's getting smaller. In fact, I got a set of speakers I'm waiting for right now that really work well for me, better than anything else I have. I end up carrying less, it sets up faster, and it has the capabilities that I need at the type of events that I do. But you have to know your limitations. I think that's the important thing. You need to know what you can do and what you cannot do. But focus more on what you can do when you're thinking about this stuff. I think a lot of people focus on what they cannot do, and they talk themselves out of doing it at all. It happens. I see a lot of people who have one problem or another, and they just say, you know what, I can't do it anymore. I don't blame those people, but I do think that they're not thinking about what they are actually capable of. So this weekend, for example, I need some help. And the reason I know I need help is because I sprained my ankle about a month ago. It still hurts. And, if I have a quarter of my body out, which is my arm, I can pretty much get by. When you take me down to half a body, I need help. So I'm going to need somebody to come in and help me set up and break down this event on Saturday. Not sure who's doing it yet, but hopefully somebody steps forward. I know I need help. If my ankle was fine, I would be fine. I could totally handle this myself. And I'm always thinking about ways that I can make it easier, especially as a wedding DJ where I'm doing ceremony outdoors. You don't always need a full system out there. You need something smaller. Sometimes you don't have power. It's really difficult for a guy with one arm to wind long runs of cable and to even have the proper power at places like barns and out in the country somewhere. So yeah, it's just stuff that you have to be smart about and think about. And it might not be a disability per se. It might be that you're just not very strong, or maybe you're a small person, or alternately maybe you just have a small vehicle. You don't have this big vehicle to haul this big stuff in. Whatever the limitation is, there's a way you can do this, whether it's a disability or something else. And if you feel like you can't do it safely, that's okay. But again, you have to know what your limitations are, and you also have to know what your abilities are. Focus more on the abilities than the limitations. Know your limitations, but don't get hung up on them. Anyway, quick vlog for you. We'll see you next time. Practice and enjoy.